teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, blacks with a whole gold if you know me. Got a gold record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone like lonely. I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
Chasing, I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Yo, winning ain't toxic, shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss bitch, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only one me, yes, to the free agent. Cause I go with his payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty, cause it keeps me alive when I'm learning.
Chasing, I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Welcome to the battleground, where legends are forged.
That's the early move. The random guy does lag on his feet. The major has been fast. Be able to secure this game.
This is Conquerors of Dawn.
Big moves, I'm that dude, bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace, built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, blacks with a whole gold if you know me. Got a gold record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone like lonely. I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
Chasing, I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me one day.
Yo, when it ain't toxic, shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss fish, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only one me, yes to the free agent. Cause I go with his payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty, cause it keeps me alive when I'm learning.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Welcome to the battleground, where legends are forged.
That's the early move. The random guy does land on 2 feet. The major can be tough to be able to secure this game.
This is Conquerors of Dawn.
Big moves, I'm that dude, bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace, built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, plaques with a whole goal if you know me. Gotta go record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone, like lonely. I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Yo, when it ain't toxic, shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss fish, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only one me, yes to the free agent. Cause I go with his payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty, cause it keeps me alive when I'm learning.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. see me at the top one day.
Welcome to the battleground, where legends are forged.
That's the early move. The random drive does lag on to speed. The major can be tough. Be able to secure this game.
This is Conquerors of Dawn.
Big moves, I'm that dude. Bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace. Built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, blacks with a whole gold if you know me. Gotta go record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone like lonely, I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Yo, when it ain't toxic, shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss bitch, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only one me, yes to the free agent. Cause I go where there's payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty, cause it keeps me alive when I'm learning.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing, I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Welcome to the battleground, where legends are forged.
That's the early move. The random drive does lag on to speed. The major can be tough. Be able to secure this game.
This is Conquerors of Dawn.
I'm that dude, bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace, built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook.
Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here, joined tonight by Lotus or Blushing Menace, Skarpskenkel, Oshroomsy, and well, Sapalga will be back with us shortly. Just got a few things to take care of, but we're into this final Group B game. So it's day 3 of Group B. It's El Cartel up against Hexadecimals, and well, it's pretty much all to play for both teams. Whoever wins this best of 3 moves through to the knockout rounds, to the elimination stages, and can progress further in the competition. So that's really what these two teams are playing for right now. So if there wasn't pressure enough, it's just been amped up, just taken up to a different degree. But speaking about degrees, let me introduce you to my very, very, very hot casting team here in Taurus, Oshroomsy, Skarpskenkel. How are you guys this evening?
Not everyone at once.
Not single, but still happy. They usually say single and happy. That's why I said not single, but still luckily happy. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. So this is the battle of the final battle for the Group B stages, and this is going to be a good match. I'm going to throw my predictions, my future sights in saying we're going to have a game 3 on our hands for the first time in the group stages.
Yeah, well, we might just have that. I mean, and it's also the first time we have a Nigerian squad. So, very curious to see how this one does play out. Because at this point, from Group A up and Group B, the Nigerian squad's facing, well, our side of the server teams not really having a good time. But yeah, this will be the first team from server 127 that will progress through to the elimination brackets. And like Way said, it's a lot to play in this matchup. So yeah, everybody get your drinks ready because we are going to head into that drafting phase up next. But obviously we need to give a special shout out and a special thanks to Solar for Day, co-sponsors in, well, the Conquerors of Dawn. So this matchup is proudly sponsored by Solar for Day. It's 2 Nigerian squads facing for that final battle. But with that being said, let's go into the first drafting phase.
Right, the players are ready. Everybody is ready as we head on into this. Only I'm not ready. Pressing the buttons too slow here.
It's old age, but we'll excuse you this time.
Yeah.
But only this time.
What are you gonna do? I'll just say this much, right? I'll collect pension for all of you. I'll be able to spend the rest of my life gaming for all of you. So you wanna keep telling me about how old I am and how it sucks? Yeah, that's true. Probably go to heaven before all of you.
Well, bro, now that you're mentioning it, right? Now that you mention that, right? Just imagine this, right? Us going to an old age home. We would be so happy with our rooms. We'll have our rigs set up to play games and stuff like that. The nurses would complain, "Hey, you need sunlight." It would be like having your mom back in your ear.
Exactly.
Got 'em lined up in my
See, I think the biggest problem would be I would not be able to make it an old age home. They will just shout at me, "You witch, sunny boy," and then I'm like, not going to work. But yeah. You see, you bragging about being able to go on pension earlier, but you see the 5-year plan, and then I also go on pension. Per se. You see.
Yeah, true. Well, if all goes according to plan, we can do this thing that we love, gaming. But speaking of love, it's super hatred. It's not just any kind of hatred. It's like the opposite of what we're talking about. And he's supersized it like a McDonald's meal, deciding that he wants to ban out Phobius. So the bans so far, right? The Zushin, the Phobius, Kimi, Lance. These are your typical meta bans. I wouldn't say anything is particularly unsurprising. Maybe the Phobius coming out in the first phase, but I'm sure El Cartel have some sort of plan as to what they think they want to pick up. Maybe they want to rock that but down on the XP lane, so they're like, yeah, let's get rid of Phobius. Or could there potentially be a Phobius main on the side of
They call me
Hexadecimal?
a hero because I saved my nation from falling apart.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Sorry, my Discord
Finally.
has been bugging in and out. Every time I speak, it goes "ding," and then no one can hear me.
McDonald's Wi-Fi, that's the main issue.
Yes, I'm still waiting for KFC Wi-Fi, but I have to be stuck with McDonald's for the time being. Arlet's getting picked up by El Cartel.
So that was the reason behind the Phobius ban. Arlot is another one of those heroes that dashes around a lot, and well, Phobius sort of eats them for breakfast. He needs that in his for his skill sets. So that's the reason for the Phobius ban coming out early. Arlot is a really strong pick. It's also a bit of a flex pick. Can be picked up on both the played on both the XP lane and the roam position. It's been a while since I've seen an Arlot on the roam position, but I'm a huge fan, especially if you're somebody who has the ability to land that flicker final slash combo. It is so devastating, because I mean you could literally displace an entire team and get them, you know, like lined up for your team to sort of knock them over like bowling pins. And so when you kind of flicker in and like surprise and then bam, final slash. It's just crazy. It cuts out a little bit of that delay the skill has, because it does have a slight, it's not massive animation time, but a slight one.
The nails in your coffin.
Yeah, and also with the Kai going in, Sepulga, well, as we all know, Rika, once mentioned it a few days ago where the Arlet and a Kai combo works so beautifully, so it's gonna be fun watching them use it again.
Yeah, in fact, the Arlot Akai combo started, I think, within days of Arlot being released. It's actually a pretty old combination. It's been around for quite a while. It just did not see the light of day because it wasn't the most popular combination since Arlot was not in the meta for a while. When he first came out, yes, broken. Must pick, must ban kind of hero. And then obviously with the nerfs and future updates, things shifted away from XP lane meta. We went into the jungle meta, went into the tank jungle meta. We've been through quite a bit, right? And then Arlot sort of faded into the background to a certain degree. I think he dropped maybe to like B tier. So the combo was always there, just not popular or well known because of those kinds of things. But it's gonna be Arlot versus the Yuzong. Well, for the most part, we're assuming Arlot's gonna be in the XP lane, but it will be a Arlot up against a Yuzong combo here. This one, right? I'm being, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't really see who wins this matchup clean out. A lot of it's gonna come down to actual skill of the players.
Sure, I agree with you there. But the thing with the Arlot is he has a lot of mobility to be able to dash in and out of Yuzong's skills, but that's also going to take a lot of mechanical skills.
Yeah, it does. And Yuzong, all he has to do is just manage to time that typical engagement. We call it the level 2 engagement. It's first skill, third skill, petrify, first skill, dead. That's literally level 2, how Yuzong can kill almost any XP laner, which is what makes him so strong. The moment he hits that level 2 power spike, it's just, it's GG's. But we'll see if Nefrex can land that. I am liking Neko picking up the Valier in this particular lineup. Yes, can be countered by the Armut, but at the same time does deal with the Akai, can dish out that continuous damage. But a lovely ban coming in here from Al Cartel. This, I was just looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, Hexadecimal, if they go for the Basha pick right now, this could be something that's very strong to work with. But then, as you can see, Al Cartel, thinking a couple steps ahead, managed to remove the Basha from the equation.
That is definitely something you want to do right now. And Jinx is currently going through the roamers, but we did see in the previous matches that he played in this current tournament that supports is something that Hexadecimal does like to use a lot. But it's also going to depend right now what they think, how they should deal with comp. Going for the chip. We haven't seen a chip in a long time.
Yeah. This chip fell off the meta a little bit because he now gives vision of himself as he uses his skills. So that's the reason why we haven't seen Chip in such a long time. But we'll see how well you can use him. Even though he's not currently in the meta, still has a place, right? It allows players that otherwise wouldn't normally be able to rotate towards team fights. But I don't think that would have been a problem for the side laners for Hexadecimals anyway. You expect a Yuzong to be able to rotate quickly. You expect an Irithel definitely to out-rotate a Granger on the moments in the time. Obviously, your marksmen don't just randomly rotate. There's a timing for when they must rotate. But the Irithel level, what is it? Level 3, level 4, or the first turtle rotation is maybe one of the more OP rotations in the game. She uses first skill, second skill, clears her wave quickly, which she should be able to do faster than a Granger, just has to be a little bit careful, because if Granger doesn't nail that first skill of his, it's gonna really dish out the damage. And then, just use the river speed, get to the turtle, add the extra member in the team fight, and then use sprint to get back to your lane without losing a single minion. It's an absolutely broken strat.
True. I'm also liking the Valentina coming out from the side of Al Cartel because she can take Chip's ultimate, the Yuzong's ultimate. I don't think Valier's ultimate is that strong. It's mostly about what you can do with that first skill with the Valier after using his ultimate, but if she pairs also those skills with the Badang, with the Akai into the heavy spin and then into the final slash, that is a lot of CC.
That is very true. I'm looking at further combinations that are coming out from the side of Al Cartel. They actually have one of the strangest combos if it actually lands. So let me see if I can get Lotus to guess what that combo is. It's not the Akai Arlot combo. It's Akai with somebody else combo.
I'm thinking you're gonna say Akai with Badang?
Yeah, it's second skill from Badang with the Akai heavy spin. It's like giving him a wall that to pin against that no one would have had any which way.
So even if he does struggle a bit with a heavy spin, the Badang can still go there and throw that wall, just securing the team fight.
Yeah, you can trap like so many people in that small space. It's not the easiest one to land, but if it does land, it's gonna provide for some funny moments for us to witness in some real action-packed scenes. But let me hand you over to our two casters as they get us through the first game.
We can't wait for this one. It is Al Cartel up against Hexadecimals. Al Cartel in the blue corner and Hexadecimals in the red corner. As we do see Jinx with the chip being annoying, just getting that vision onto Al Cartel.
But that's where the play comes in. I mean, usually teleporting to the opposite lane and irritating everyone was a strategy, but now they can see you coming. So you can't have that surprise factor anymore. So Chip is, I wouldn't say Chip is dead, but that takes away most of the playstyle that he's used to.
Well, I mean, look, yeah, it does take away that surprise attack that he used to have. But I mean, coming into team fights, it could still be very deadly. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this one does play out. Wait, don't forget about the overlay, bro.
But yeah, a beautiful freeze coming out from Arlott. I mean, you can't fight Yu Zong in the early game. He's just... there's no way that you will be able to out-damage him. So rather freeze later on the turret, and I mean, it's automatic, easy gold gain you get from that.
Yeah, I should say, let's start up what we did the last time we casted together. Who do you think is going to take the first blood here? Let's see if we can get that lotto numbers out.
So it's definitely going to be this chip. So this chip is going to overstep into a Kai heavy spin, and he's going to get punished for that through and through.
So you say it's the guy with the first blood. I think, as we do see the engagement coming on to the Batang. I have a Psycho with the Roger getting taken down. Akai picking up the first blood. So not wrong with the Akai picking up the first blood. Just incorrect onto whom. So yeah, first turtle of this match has spawned up. And Al Cartel currently leading with 400 gold lead.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. I mean, that as soon as that Batang hit the wall onto 3 people, you saw that Roger just pressing and spamming that buttons, and there's the beautiful set coming out there from the Batang. The Yu Zong is into the mix, and a lot of damage. Conquest will be the first to fall. There's the Black Dragon form. The ult from Chip is into the mix. There's the final slash onto 2. The first to fall is Jinx in that regard. There's a heavy spin getting Yu Zong out of the game. Double kill for the Granger. We see the triple coming out. Netflix is in a lot of danger looking for the ult. That's the triple kill for Granger.
Yeah, you definitely don't want the Granger so fed on early. But we did see that Al Cartel is continuing with this rotation where they get the gold laner to rotate for the first objective of the match. But we did see Erythal getting that slice of gold onto that tier 1 turret. That tier 1 turret's gold bar onto half. Or just below half.
That's a good play. I mean, they didn't expect that Valentina with a chip ult, and that definitely made the play for the Granger. I mean, Granger is slowly but surely getting fed, and I mean, we know that's a 100% skill matchup between the Erythal and the Granger. The better player wins the game. Morely in the favor of Erythal, but I mean, nonetheless, if they can get the correct camp onto this Erythal and the set getting this Granger farm, this will be a much easier game.
Yeah, indeed so. So, just before the 4-minute mark, we do see Al Cartel having the 3 kills advantage, as well as a 1.3k gold lead. Oh my word, let me just get some more there.
Alright, so while Scarp is fixing his horror voice, there's a battle of the mid laners going in, but this Jinx looking for the angle, but it seems like he's rotating a lot towards the XP lane. I mean, Yu Zong wins that matchup. And so it's going to be interesting to see them trying to get Super Saiyan out of the equation. But meanwhile, there's 4 members of the side of Al Cartel in the position on the bot lane. I mean, this is advantage central.
Yeah, as we do see the Chip using his portal. However, he gets caught out by the Dung as Void Harker gets the kill onto Chip. But before that happens, we did see that the portal getting committed from the Chip. However, Yu Zong picking up a double kill, as well as Kai with a final slash coming in from the Arlott onto the Yu Zong. Will we see the finish up here? Oh, finally, as Yu Zong gets a kill onto Arlott as well. My bad. Now it's a double kill for Yu Zong, as we do see that passive does heal him up to half health, and Hexadecimal starting the second turtle of this match.
I mean, if you take the Yu Zong out of the equation, Al Cartel definitely has a much easier time to take the objective with a heavy spin, final slash, the first break. I mean, they have everything in their corner, but if they lose members this early, they need to respect this chip. Because this chip went from the back line, and as soon as Yu Zong came in, it was a complete changeover, and they got a few kills. So we need to respect the chip, even though he doesn't have that surprise factor. He's still so deadly.
Yeah, look, we did mention that. Well, Hexadecimal's barely balancing out the kills advantage that El Cartel had, and well, decreasing the gold lead that El Cartel had. I mean, this is all going to come down to the team fight and who's going to gain greater success from the team fights. But Yuzong is definitely the one to watch out for the side of hexadecimals.
Yuzong versus Super Atria is going to be the main playmakers. I mean, Atria is already doing very well onto that Granger, but the setup's mostly coming out from Void Haka. But it's interesting seeing Haka on the jungle position. Last night he was playing the marksman role, so a bit of role swaps coming out, and I'd definitely say it definitely pays very well into their favor.
Yeah, well, El Cartel has got their main members in their lineup tonight. Unfortunately, they had 2 swap outs last night, playing their subs. So yeah, that's definitely the change up here, or 1 sub, if I can rephrase that. But we do see hexadecimals coming for this bot lane rotation. They've got the number advantage, but we also do see that Valentina did steal Chip's ult. So Valentina should actually rotate to the opposite side, as we do see Chip landing just below the R-Lord. Will we see this engagement onto the R-Lord though? It's 10 seconds away before the third and final turtle of the match, as we do see the portal has been committed from the Chip. However, they are onto R-Lord, as R-Lord does get the kill onto Chip. Oh, Valentina, as we do see the wall coming in from Dung, but the Black Dragon form has been committed from the Yuzong to escape the clutches from the Badang.
Oh. But this is crazy. No one using the portal to come back. They rotated a long way around. And this beautiful camping coming out here from the Yuzong. There's the heavy spin into the mix, trying to contest for this turtle. Will he get the retry? That's a retry for Void Haka. And they should definitely engage now. Arnold is looking for the mark out here. There's the first break coming out from a Dung. They have a lot of advantage, but they need to play careful. I mean, this Irathel's damage is not on point yet, but I mean, with that armor break she has, this is going to be very, very solid.
Yeah, that already has 2 items, which is the Windbreaker, as we do see the second skill from the Arnold onto Granger. Roger, as the final slash does end Roger's life. So no Twilight scene for Roger in the next few seconds.
Oh, what a play. I mean, this Arlord making the rotation all the way down. I mean, Yuzong is not the best at tower pushing, so they definitely had the advantage. Looking for this mid turret. Valor already is into the mix, but I don't think there's a lot they can do in a 4v2 situation.
Yeah, no, but hey, look, bro, I mean, anything can still happen, because how do we always say, or how do I always say, it ain't over till the what? The cookie crumble. Yeah, looking at just before the 9-minute mark, we do see El Cartel extending that gold lead to 3k, as well as having a 5-kill advantage. We're looking at El Cartel just pretty much camping out the Yuzong here. No baits coming in, as we do see the heavy spin from Akai has been committed, but not being able to land and catch the Yuzong.
But I mean, it was a bit of an early commitment. He thought the Yuzong was going to be a bit more aggressive. He played safe, played very well. The Lord is up in 20 seconds, and they look like they're going to try to get a pick off you onto the bot lane. I mean, they have the angle with the Akai there into the mix, so the play is definitely possible. The Gong, once again, just looking for that Akai ult. Oh, what a dodge coming out from Hex Psycho.
Well, let's see how this one is going to play out. The first Lord of this match has spawned up. We will see the first Lord fight coming in here. Will it be potentially a full 5-man team into this mix-up here? Just seeing Akai just waiting. He's going to go for that split push as Erithal. It seems like Erithal is sensing the same thing, but look at Chip taking a lot of damage from the Granger.
Akai is not the hero I would send to go clear the bot lane before the Lord. I mean, you have a lot of other factors, and Roger going for the top lane. So that will be a turret falling, the first turret in the favor of hexadecimals. And with that being said, there's a lot of pressure being relieved from the Lord. Jinx is looking for the ult. Will he get the shortcut on? But Dung is into the mix. There is no ult yet committed. So this is the patience coming out there from the Jinx, not just spamming the ult, but waiting for the correct moment. Because losing team fight now will lose you the Lord.
Yeah, well, look, the first Lord of the match is pretty much just to get you to gain the advantage in, well, the early game heading, well, it's pretty much mid to late game now, but it's just to get you that extra advantage or to continue with the advantage that you had, as we do see Arnold is onto Yuzong. We do see the first crack coming in from Badang, but the Black Dragon form has been committed and Super Saiyan getting the kill onto Yuzong.
And I mean, Yuzong, one of the main problems, along with the Chip being in the mix. But without the Yuzong, they don't have a lot of frontline potential to contest for this Lord. So this will be an uncontested Lord. And Roger doing the smart play, going for the split push in the bot lane. So trading the Lord for a turret, it's not a bad play considering the circumstances.
So as we do see Roger, Hex Psycho, going for that split push once more, getting another tier 1 turret in favor of Hexadecimals. So just keeping the advantages fairly even. They only need that tier 1 in the mid lane to open up the map for themselves. But looking just before the 12-minute mark, Alcatel does have the 6 kill advantage, as well as the 3.1k gold lead and the map control to their end, as we do see the first Lord will spawn up in the bot lane.
So this is where the map control, map presence comes out. Oh, there's a heavy spin onto Chappie. Will get diluted. The immortality aspect, will he get that ultimate of no? Play safe. Meanwhile, Irithal in the bot lane just melting down this Lord. So they might be able to get the tier 2 in the mid lane. The top lane's tier 1 will also fall. So this is advantage central currently for the side of Alcatel.
Shortcut available, so she would be able to get the Akai and Granger into a team fight should the need arise. But we do see the engagement onto onto the Yuzong, as we do see coming in from Badang. However, no follow-up from Alcatel just yet. The Lord just reaching the tier 3 turret, so that's a tier 2 turret taken down in favor of Alcatel. But the battle continues, and focus is on Nefrex as Chip does come into the mix. The shortcut has been committed, as well as the Black Dragon, as Granger does finish off the job onto the Chip, but he picks up a double kill. The heavy spin has been committed, and the Irithal has been removed from the equation just before, well, just after the Granger was taken down. So Nico and Psycho still into the mix, but that shot coming in from the Valir as Roger does pick up a double kill. Will we see the triple kills? The final slash comes in from Arlord, not being able to focus onto the Valir. That's a shutdown and a double kill for the Roger. That's a 3-for-4 exchange in favor of Hexadecimals.
Oh, they took that losing team fight. They should have lost that all the way. Already, it was 3 members down, and this Roger just going all out. I mean, I was a bit iffy when he picked up this guy, PSA being 1 and 4. But the amount of damage he did in that pick-off on that last fight was just crazy. So if they can get this Roger fed quickly before the Irithal comes online, then they can currently swap out for that. I mean, the main problem for this Granger is the chaseability coming out from Roger, so they definitely need to play around that.
Yeah, so as you see, Roger is into his Lycan form. Just trying to get that wraparound play, not being able to do so, as Valir just stays behind just a little bit. We do see the engagement onto Conquest, onto the Badang. However, will Roger continue this fight, as we do see the Lycan pounds coming in, but the heavy spin has been committed, and that does allow Badang to seal the deal onto the Roger, so there's no jungler in favor of this next objective, as we do see the heavy crossbow from the Irithal does take down a member of Alcatel, but Granger does get the revenge onto the Irithal. But look at this Nefrex, this Yuzong is just waiting for everyone to pass him. Would this be a moment where we will see that Black Dragon coming in and clutching the Lord? Although there's Black Dragon form coming in from Yuzong, he does focus onto Granger, but he gets a slow onto Granger, nothing really doing so. But that passive pretty much blocking Granger to death, as a Void Hawker has been focused on. Will Valir get this kill, or will it be for Yuzong? As Jinx is into the mix as well with the Chip. They get the stun up onto Super Saiyan, but Arlord does get that final slash onto Chu. However, Roger does get the final say onto Arlord.
Oh, that was a close one. They got the advantage, but that Yuzong just outplayed them. And this will be a Lord taken by the side of Hexadecimals. So they almost got out retrieved by the Badang. So that was a crazy play, unfortunately not paying yet. And I mean, this is firm advantage that we will see all the tier 2 turrets will most probably fall in this exchange.
Well, Hexadecimal's just waiting patiently for that team fight, as we do see the Roger does focus onto Akai. Will they be able to catch Akai? As we do see the stun coming in from Chip. However, Psycho is into the mix. The Lycan Pounce has been committed. He does get the kill onto Granger. However, Arlord has something to say. He gets the final slash onto Roger, and he gets the kill in return. The Black Dragon form has been committed from the Yuzong, and he's into the base. He will take some hits. However, he does give that grant that opportunity for Hexadecimal to get that tier 3 turret taken down. However, Super Saiyan gets the final slash onto through. But the fish crack and the wall is up from the Badungas. We do see the immortalities proc. However, Yuzong has been taken down by the Valentina. We do see the Lord coming into the match. Akai is still up and running, but the Lord will go and focus onto the Nexus. We will see some damage as Hexadecimal's not able to come and focus on to this Nexus.
Oh, what a crazy fight. They're doing a lot of greedy plays. There's a shortcut once again into the mix. Roger is there, but there's no follow-up. The final slash is there, but he luckily does escape with his life. But this is a play coming out from Chip. You need to be careful on where to put. There's the first crack with Akai, but not committing any. He didn't have the heavy spin available just yet. So luckily that mobility from the Roger paying off in that exchange. So, oh, bro, this Chip needs to wait a second for his team to be online and be back. I mean, without the Yuzong, there's no front line. So if he throws a shortcut and the Yuzong is not there, they won't be able to do as much damage, especially if it's like a 4v4 or 5v5 matchup without Yuzong.
No, I'm going to agree with you there. But looking at the 17.5-minute mark, Hexadecimals did take the advantage onto the gold. Having that almost 2k, let's call it the 1.k gold lead in favor of them. Yeah, but we are going to reach that point where gold is not going to matter anymore. But Shroomsy, just a fun fact, right? You being Mr. Analytic here. When it comes to the blue side, what is the win ratio at this point? Because last night I saw it was 8-6 or 8-4, as we do see the engagement coming in from Nefrex, the Yuzong, but the wall has been committed, and the first crack coming in from Badang. Ivan Psycho is in form, getting that Lycan Pounce onto Badang, but it gets stunned up. Currently, we do see the Black Dragon form onto the backline. Will Conquest fall in this engagement from the Yuzong? No, Void Harkar's immortality has been procced as Yuzong gets the slow onto Akai, and the shutdown kill has been committed onto Akai. Hexadecimals does have the advantage onto this next Lord, as Granger gets the finish off onto Valir. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Will the Yuzong get caught out here as they are Hexadecimals to back off here? Will we see that clutch Lord Steel coming in? Oh, damn, it's a team fight continuing. Pilot slash coming in, landing onto 2. However, Roger does take the Lord before he gets the Granger as well. Valentina gets the kill onto Erithal, and Arlord returns and takes down the Roger. So that is a 4-for-2 exchange.
Now, with that being said, I mean, with all that plays out, just push out the mid lane. Like, you lost a lot of the advantage you gained from taking the Lord, but the mini waves was well managed. So there's not a lot they can do with this almost full team wipe. So, I mean, that was almost a clutch shield. I mean, that Lord was on 600 health before Psycho pressed that retry button. So it was almost a steal by that Granger.
Yeah, well, this does grant Al Cartel to get that breathing space that they needed. If they're able to catch this Lord before it goes into the base, we do see the lanes are unevenly pushed. So this could be a turning point for the side of Al Cartel.
It does seem
speaking of turning point, they did turn on the lag once again. The paused meta is back in action.
Yes, coming out from the side of the Arathon Roger, it seems.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I do see we've got 14 viewers, but only 5 likes. Is the content not entertaining? Oh, never mind, my bad. It's 22 viewers with 9 likes. Are you not liking our content? Press that thumbs up button. Show us your support. Let's go.
Snoppy, who is still busy before all that, actually asking about stats about blue and red side?
Yeah. So, win ratio, because when I remember looking at the stats last night, the win ratio for first pick was like 60 or 70%. It was 8 over, was it 4 or 3?
Ooh, that is interesting. I haven't actually looked at the overall stats of like first pick, second pick. But I know there is a firm favor in the first pick draft. I mean, a lot of the heroes take it into consideration. There's not a lot of game threes that happened. I mean, in the wild cards, game threes were over the point. So, yeah, I think there's not a big difference. I think if I remember correctly, something like 53% blue and 47 red. So it's not a major mistake, but I mean, first pick has the advantage in general.
Well, whilst we have the pause screen up, let me quickly go into Liquipedia, right? So that we can share that fun fact with everyone.
So for all you guys wondering, Liquipedia is the one-stop shop for all esports. So we are officially registered on there. So if you're ever wondering about the stats of the tournament, what's upcoming, where your favorite teams are going to play, all the schedules and the teams and the stats of the heroes picked and win-loss ratios, all that is available on Liquipedia. So the link is, of course, on all our channels, WhatsApp, we posted on Facebook. So have a look on that and have some fun.
Damn, I see with the stats being updated. So first pick, right, currently at this juncture has a 53.85% win ratio over the second pick. Yeah, out of the 26 matches that has been played, I mean, it is even. Yeah, 99 problems, and second pick ain't one. So into the match we go back, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's a full engagement. The shortcut has been committed. Psycho's into the mix. He's finally back. But Goni is taking it 1 HP. Sun will complete the kill. That is already 2 players down for 1. The exchange is there. They lock onto the base and they got the dub. I mean, what a comeback from 2 AFK players all the way to an immediate end. I mean, I did not expect that. I was not ready.
Oh, definitely not. Hex Psycho picking up the MVP for the side of Hex Decimals. And Void Hawker, the MVP with the Akai to the side of Al Cartel. Yeah, GG's well played to both teams. This was an entertaining match. But a Hexadecimal's just showing them, you know, even though you have the early game advantage, it ain't over till the cookie crumble.
I mean, like, the only players, Alcatel did very well in the early game with the pickoffs and the counter engage onto that chip. But from the mid game, there wasn't a lot of respect for the chip on the map, and you couldn't see that. But the combo sets coming out, I didn't see one Badang first crack heavy spin combo as well as Arlot with a Kai heavy spin. So there was a bit miscommunication. But I mean, this is the first match, so using this interval to maybe just sort out your communication and just bump up the team performance. They definitely have the advantage to take this into a next game.
Yeah, indeed. So, Lotus, Way, what was your thoughts on that match?
In either direction, there was some crazy plays, both good crazy and bad crazy, in terms of some overextensions at moments where you wouldn't expect it, and then going in at just the right time, showing the right amount of discipline. So it was overall a very entertaining match. I enjoyed it from start to finish.
True, and even though the side of Hexadecimals were a bit behind the early game, there were still these exchanges that they made to try to keep the gold gap and the map control gap as little as possible, and then they just started to turn the entire team fights around. And it was beautiful, like the last team fight where the Lord was coming down, the majority of Hexadecimals were dead, coming back. And then Chip threw his ultimate and brought everyone from his base into the enemy's base. But then the Arlet came in, slashed through everyone, and then the Roger once again dived in as well and killed everyone in return.
Exactly. There was a lot of back and front between the two. Though I will say Hexadecimals, they having put on the pressure towards the mid to late game, the early part of the game was in Alcartel's favor. But the moment they got it hit that mid game timing. They came a bit online. They evened out the gold lead, had some nice Lord steals. There was a lot of engagements there that went in their favor, and got themselves into a winning position and won.
It was actually so crazy and beautiful all at the same time.
Exactly. So it seems that Seppi has woken up. He's chosen to get all dressed for this evening.
Yeah, no, listen, hey, I did watch some of the game, don't worry. I'm not like I just, just pulled up. So apologies, I had something quite important to do. From what I saw, that game was back and forth. We saw both teams playing quite well, actually. I was seeing some really nice final slashes coming out of the Arlot, but it looks like Hexadecimals, they just came clutch in the end there.
Yeah. They had a couple of players who lagged out. They came back online. It was one chip ultimate. The base, when the 18-minute Lord was crashing into the actual base, right? So one chip ultimate dragged everybody in there. Some people engaged in the team fight. The Roger managed to reposition, used it as a bit of a distraction, and managed to secure what they needed to secure. Which is obviously taking down the turret, taking down the Nexus, or at least what I call the Nexus. I know it's not called the Nexus.
It's called the Crystal in Mobile Legends. It's called the Crystal.
Yeah. I'm so used to calling it Nexus. And Nexus is from League of Legends.
League of Legends, that's the one.
So I was like, well, things have been stolen, I might as well steal something myself. But no one should ever quote me on that then. That was a big scandal that happened.
Yeah, let's not go that way, bro. I mean, looking at the stats today on Esport World Cup watches, right? In the first place, it is MLB. In second place, you've got League of Legends. I mean, bro, Dota fell like 4 places. Dota is like 6th or 7th currently.
Yeah, no, it's a sad story, hey. Well, it's not sad. It's just that Dota TI just fell out of favor a bit.
That I would say, Seppi, is due to some background decisions that led to this.
Yeah.
But that's a whole big discussion. Yeah, that's a whole big discussion for another day.
I was gonna elaborate further, but then I realized that that's gonna take like a whole hour and a half to discuss here. So.
You can streamline it. I mean, the main problem with the TI was the prize pool difference they did with the battle pass. I don't remember what you call it, but they took away all the skins, so people didn't buy the pass, so there was no prize pool, so players didn't like TI anymore. And then up comes Saudi, and then boom, prize pool 10 times larger than what the TI did.
Yeah, there was a lot of decisions along the way, but as you're saying, that's one of the major factors that contributed towards that. We're just waiting for one more player from Hexadecimals to get into the lobby. I think it's potential swap outs because of the lag issues that they were facing, and we'll get to have those teams up and running and set in just a few moments. But back to that first game between Alcartel and Hexadecimals. Hexadecimals, I would have said, would have, based on previous performances that we've seen, and from what we know of the Nigerian scene, they were not favorites heading into this match, but showing that it doesn't matter what the bookies' odds are. We, as a team, we get together. If you have the ability to handle the pressure, handle your scandal, anything is possible. And so they've drawn first blood. This is quite a bit of a biggie, I would say.
Indeed. So, with that being said, everyone is ready. We will head into the second match drafting phase. This match, and I remind you, has been sponsored by Solar for Day. Let me just quickly get this. Today's match is powered by Solar for Day, develop-led builds that starts fast and scale clean. Learn more at solarforday.com. Shout out to Solar for Day, discovery, UI, UX, web and mobile development and integrations. With real results like 70% lower infra costs for link-up, social and rapid push campaign tooling for Hoppy. Hit solarforday.com to book a free consult.
Oh, we.
Alright, so
looks like it's time for me to step up here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in the building. Wow, they respected the chip. I didn't think Chip was still a hero, dude.
Well, the chip did play in the previous match. I mean, they had a lot of success with the chip, and Chip just contributing to that in-game win result with that shortcut. So definitely a respect ban onto the chip.
Okay, we're gonna see there's some standard bans outside of that, though. We are gonna see that Lancelot, the Kimmy as well. In fact, Kimmy is definitely still a hero that you need to watch out for with that traction pulse. Sorry, there's some weird noises happening outside my window. Just give me 5 seconds.
It was on that moment we call on those shrooms.
Don't you fret. Don't you fret. I'm into the action.
I thought you were going to ask him why he's making weird sounds outside Seppi's window.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I was just wondering what the hell those noises were. Listen, you can't be too scared in this country. Okay, they're happening again. Oh, okay. Well, oh my god.
Okay, quickly sort that out. I think safety is first. Well, I'll fit in for the draft, and then you can head into the next seat.
Yeah, so we do see Shroomsy's bad on McDonald's Wi-Fi. But looking at the next bans, we do see Akai getting respected from the side of Hexadecimals and Dell removing the Yuzong from this equation. Hexadecimals with the first pick in this round. Sin with the first pick. Will Sin pick up or will Sin swap out? Sin City!
YSS is open. I mean, if they don't pick up YSS, what are they doing? I mean, leaving the YSS open is very, very risky.
Yeah, I mean, bro, anything could happen. I mean, we do see this 50 seconds of this counter definitely being utilized as Hex Psycho does pick up the YSS for the side of Hexadecimals.
I mean, there was no other option. You either use it or lose it. I mean, if they didn't pick up the YSS, it would definitely have been picked up by the side of Alcatel. They answer with a Baxia in the CC. Now I hear noises in the background.
Yeah, it's... Sit down!
Sit down! Down!
As Super Saiyan does pick up
my dog. Oh, I was not muted. Oh, my lord.
As Nefrix does show us Lapu Lapu.
It was my dog. It was my dog at the just knocking on my door. He sounded really weird.
So there's your answer, Solar for Day. It was his puppy asking for attention because he doesn't love his pets. But the Zushin getting picked up by the side of Hexadecimals, definitely a solid answer towards the Baxia pick. And I don't know, the Lapu is a very strong hero, but I don't know how he fares against the CC in lane though.
Well, okay, I promise. My dog is relaxed right now. I am back. Okay, I'm back to do some stuff. All right. So Lapu Lapu. I mean, against CC, I think is a difficult one, right? Because Lapu Lapu is that sort of hero that is not so strong early. Needs that bravest fighter timing to get online. So I feel like CC is able to really dominate that lane early on. If Lapu's not ready for it. Oh, man, my daughter's...
Yeah, definitely a possibility. I mean, the Ruby ban coming out, I I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Ruby Roam is not a thing anymore, so I would rather say go for the Badang ban or something like that. I mean, Ruby is not the pick you would want to ban out if the XP lane is already picked up.
Yeah, we haven't really seen too much of Ruby, which I'm very surprised by, right? I feel like this hero would have been so strong, like from what the last patch was with that spell lifesteal increase, but the hero just has not showed up. I don't know why, and when it does show up, it's not even that great. So I'm not sure about this ban so far, but maybe they were worried about a Ruby gold lane. That's probably what it was, right? Since they do have that East Sunshine jungle in order to do that sort of marksman sort of stuff.
True. I mean, usually if you have that and then you go for like I don't know what to say support, but a more squishy pick of paste roamer like Franco or Kalia, then the Ruby is definitely viable in the gold lane. The 1-1 Moskov being the final 2 bans is solid. I mean, those are 2 of the best marksmen. So the only open, there's no open meta marksmen.
Well, it's time for these teams to innovate, all right? It's time to bring out the old pocket picks from their back pockets here. We're looking at, I'd like to see maybe a Beatrix coming on the side of, or maybe even like, what you call it? You know, Ixio is always quite reliable. Beatrix, one of my favorite marksmen in the game. So I think I'd like to see those.
I mean, the most probably we'll see us like Beatrix, and even a Clint might be not a bad choice for the side of, XR. I don't know how I feel about XR, especially not against a Hayabusa though, and a Faza, and a Buck. This XR is not going to have a good time, but if they can pair it very well with a set-based tank, with the Bravest fighter into the mix, this might be game-changing, and that is the era I would like to see.
Yeah, we need to see a big set. I think Kalia is not big enough. I'm liking the Atlas. I'm liking the maybe even Kufra is okay. Tigreal's not bad either. So I want to see something like that coming through from their side here from Hexadecimals. But okay, there it is. There we go. We're gonna see the Kufra coming through. Over on the side of El Cartel, I mean Beatrix just looks fine. I'm not liking the Natan. I think the hero's like kind of just been washed for like years now. So, not sure how I feel about
I have to say honestly, with the small change they did on the Inspire, Nathan with Inspire is actually scary in lane, and if you don't respect him, you will definitely wreck your team. But I mean, they have a lot of pick of potential on the side of Hexadecimal, so they definitely, Nathan wouldn't be the best pick in this matchup. I would say just go for the Beatrix.
Claude is okay, I think. It'll struggle a little against Ixia, because Ixia is quite a strong laner. But I actually don't mind it too much here. It's nice and mobile, so it is able to maneuver around, like for example the Full Barrage and the Bravest Fighter, and especially the Lantern Flare from Zushin, right? So I don't mind this Claude pick too much. The hero's okay, as I said a few streams ago, is that I thought this hero was absolute garbage, but then my gold laner came through one day and he was like, yo, can I play this in Classic? And he absolutely cooked and showed me, oh, this hero is still, you can still make it work. So I think we can not expect the worst from this Claude. I think it could be still decent, but look, it takes time. He's a Trinity buyer, right? So he needs his time to get those items ready in order to actually become a bit of a threat.
Well, so with enough pressure, and if they shut down this Clint in the early game, I mean, his biggest advantage he has is the escapability with that Purify. So if they can bait out the Purify and just then dive him, you have the Kufra with a Wise as they're able to burst him out in the early game and just keep him from being farmed. And I think this might be a very good game for the side of Hexadecimals.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is game 2 match point for the side of Hexadecimals here. I'm liking their draft here. You're right when you say that the Ixia is going to have a bit of a hard time, but all Ixia drafts are solved with a bit of set, right? It doesn't matter about your positioning. As long as you can get that full barrage off in that set, it will be fine. I think that's what at least I say to my team whenever we draft an Ixia. I think I'm on the side of Hexadecimals draft. I think the Ixia does a bit more than the Claude.
Yeah, true. But it all comes down to the execution. I mean, the draft is just half of the game. But I definitely say with this YSS in the mix, I mean, YSS is the best jungler you have out there. And leaving that open might be costly for the side of Alcatel. So I would definitely favor that. But that is all from me. I have said my 2 cents, and the procasters are here to give you the blow and all the action all the time as we head into the second match of this group stage.
Need to pull my worth here. I'll be casting here, probably maybe with the who should I be casting with? Maybe Lotus, right? Miss Lotus, you there? But anyway, okay, we got time to choose casters now because we do have the poor screen are currently online here. It looks like Claude is having a little internet issues. Super Hatred. I think you guys said that there was a bit of internet troubles last game as well, so not too much of a surprise there. But damn, look at this positioning from Jinx.
Yeah, not ideally what you would want. Especially looking at this time frame. But look, the teams does have that 5-minute pause counter.
Just while we're in the pause screen here, I do want to talk about this YSS, right? We haven't really been seeing it too much, right? Because it's still being banned. But it has had a nerf, right? It's had that nerf to his HP pool. I feel like, the argument is that, yeah, you don't have as much HP. Well, no, the argument is that the HP doesn't matter, right? You still jungle the same speed, you still do the same amount of damage, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, YSS is that sort of brawling type of jungler, right? He wants to clear fast and then go into that lane or into the jungle and get those ganks, and he does care about his HP to some degree, so I feel like we might see that come into action a few times, right? Where he wants to get a kill done, but he did not just have the HP pool necessary to get the kill finished. Yeah, so I think that might happen at some point in this game.
Yeah. Especially also with regards to turret diving. I mean, not having that HP pool that he have, that bro, it does count a little bit against him.
Yeah, I mean, look at his HP bar, man. I swear, you can actually see the change, right? If you take a brief glance at it, it's that it looks smaller, right? I think it was almost approaching 3 of those black lines, but now it's definitely hard on the 2.
And I mean, with both actually YSS and Lance being nerfed in the latest patch, they definitely, you feel the difference, but they are still 100% meta, I would say. I mean, yeah. I've played with both Lance and YSS, my team, and they still dominate if left open. So I wouldn't say leave it open, but I would definitely say if you have the correct counter ability, it is toppable. So if you go YSS Lance, the contest is actually viable now to go Lance versus the YSS if you have something like the Kalia to pair up with that. So the contention would be something I would definitely consider in the future.
Yeah, alright. But let's talk about the mid lane matchup here. Zushin versus Farsa, right? I think Farsa has a much better time rotating, right? It has a bit more wave clear. Has that bird fourth skill, actually, that passive skill to maneuver around the map quite a lot. So if we look at the rotation speed from just overall on the side of Alcatel, it's significantly better, right? They've also got the Bashi with the rolling boulder to come through. So we're looking at probably quite an aggressive sort of playstyle coming in from Alcatel. They need to be quite careful, right? Because they have these backline damage dealers such as the Zushin and the Ixia, most importantly. So I would expect the Ixia to be playing quite safe, relatively quite a lot this game. We'll have to see if she survives all of these hectic gank sort of heroes she's up against.
Interesting.
Very interesting from Scott Shroomsy there.
Just give me a second. I'm just sorting out these issues here.
Okay. Do we have an update on how the teams are doing? Is the Claude dealing with his network issues? Mr. Super Hatred. Wow, what a name.
I think he's definitely hating the lag issues.
Alright.
And it's crazy, right? Because it is on their server. So, yeah, it's, yeah, let me just quickly jump into the other lobby. I'll be back.
I mean, luckily it is still in the early game, so there is not a lot of farm lost or advantage lost due to the AFK. So they definitely have the ability to come back from this. I mean, Claude is definitely a late scaling hero, but I mean, yeah, with Bakshia and Faza being there to support him, he might have a fighting chance. He just has to watch out for this lane because Ixia does dominate the lane.
Well, the thing is about Claude is that I feel like this hero is very, you have to put it in the right situation. I'm not saying he's situational. I'm saying that you have to be able to sort of match that timing of your Trinity and use it effectively, right? As we are getting back into the game, it looks like Claude is not available to play at this current moment. So Ixia is going to be having a free lane in this top lane. So that's going to be pretty catastrophic for the side of El Cartel. Oh, he's back. He's moving.
So, gents, what happened is, right, the game kicked them out. So they're asking for a restart so that they can just get a substitute because they do have load shedding on their end. And apparently the generator ran out of diesel. So they need to restart and get a substitute in.
Load shedding outside of South Africa? That's crazy.
We are not alone. We are not alone.
I just hear Lotus just going la.
Ish.
Oh, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are not alone here. It looks like Nigeria is joining us in the load shedding department. Luckily for South Africa at this current moment, touch wood, we are blessed to not have such things. So yeah. But we will be going into a redraft, well, not a redraft, a reset when it comes to this match.
Yeah, so it will be same picks, same draft, just a reset.
It's going to be a solid. I mean, having that AFK, you already missed the first wave, so that's something you can't come back from, especially as a Claude.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? You need to... He's very snowbally, this hero. You have to be able to set him up for a decent early game, and then as soon as you have, like, let's say your Corrosion Scythe and your Demon Hunter Sword, then you need to be playing it very active. Because if you don't, then you just start to fall behind and you just start tickling. You need to be able to get the kills with that timing and turn it into a golden staff as soon as possible. Okay, looks like Hexadecimals are replacing their member here. Hexadecimals? Wait, why is Hexadecimals? I thought it was El Cartel lagging. What?
No, it's Hexadecimals that lagged.
Well, what was the Claude doing there?
Was it the... Yeah, it was the... Sorry, no, you're correct. It was El Cartel.
Well, the way things are going there, everybody's lagging. It's been... if you think about it, right, we had one match in an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, it looks like a lot of the Hexadecimal members are sort of piecing out here. Okay, looks like Super Hatred's left the lobby. We're expecting a replacement for Super Hatred. That's what we're expecting.
Yeah, so the unfortunate thing is, of course, even with the replacement, it's exactly the same draft, same picks. So we just hope the replacement is able to play the Claude. I mean, Claude is not a hero you usually are comfortable with most players. So that might be something that can count in the favor of Hexadecimals.
Yeah, I mean, if I just got told, hey, come play the tournament match right now, play Claude, you have to play Claude, I'd be a little worried. Like, sure, the hero's skills are very simple, right? You steal and gain attack speed and movement speed with your first skill. You have a Harley second skill, essentially, on your BMI, Battle Mirror Image. And then you just go in with the Blazing Duet, but it's not that simple. You have to micromanage it all the time to make sure that you're always on max stacks of your first skill. You have to be so aware of your positioning with your BMI. The hero is like built around that, by the way. Like the BMI is such an important part of this kit. You have to use it perfectly every single time. Otherwise, the hero just doesn't work.
Yeah, which is true. And a lot of things I think people don't understand about Claude is the more players you target with that Blazing Duet, the less damage it does. So you actually have to position around the fight, just hitting maybe 2 of the enemy targets, so you get max damage onto those heroes.
Yeah. So the max targets are 2, right? So once you at two heroes, you have the maximum amount of damage on both of them. At 3 heroes, then you will start spreading it evenly among those 3, right?
Oh yeah, then it goes from 2k damage per the 2 heroes to 1.6 or even less on to 3 heroes, because then you split it evenly, and 1 hero might get more damage. So the ideal target, the max target, is of course 2, so you definitely would need that.
But there's a big but here, and I'm not talking about mine. That's the reason you go for Trinity build, because Trinity overall, over every build, it does more damage to the higher HP targets, right? So, compare that to a crit build with Claude. If you split the damage evenly between 2 people, great. You're probably going to do more damage than Trinity. But with the Trinity build, since you're always ticking down at the enemy's HP bar from higher up that it used to be compared to 2 targets, Trinity build is actually better against multiple targets, not just 2. It will do more damage output than crit if you hit more people.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can only build crit. I've never seen a Claude crit build, because it's not as effective as...
You haven't seen Essa Shake play not Bruno.
I've seen him play 2 heroes. I saw he played Bruno with his 32,000 games, and then he has Clint with 600 games. That's only 2 heroes I've ever seen him play.
Oh, no. He plays the Claude, dude. He plays the Claude, and he goes crit. So he rushes that Wind Talker and goes straight Berserker's Fury.
What's beneath these bandages?
Interesting. I would say DHS is maybe the best item for him, because it scales his damage so hard. I'm heading into the game, so I would say the DHS is something that makes the Clint work along with the rest of the Trinity. So yeah.
Yeah. But looks like the members are ready to start, and they are locking in their heroes here. Looks like Void Haka might be actually taking the Claw here. I think that's a decent idea, right? Just because you have a sub in doesn't mean they have to play the Claude. They can sort of mix and match. So it looks like Cheesy will be taking up the jungle position, and Void Haka will be receiving that Claude.
I mean, we've seen him on the marksman lane before with his games. Last night with the Beatrix, he was actually quite good. So I would definitely say putting him onto the gold lane was not a mistake, especially if your sub is not comfortable with the Claude. So I definitely think Haka will be able to pull this through for his team.
And it will soon be your burial ground.
But yeah, looks like we're all set and ready here. I'm still going to go in the favor of hexadecimals, just because their draft makes a lot more sense. They have that set potential to do with the full barrage. They have a strong EXP lane. Sure, it's against a CC, but as long as Nefrex understands that his hero is just weaker against CC in earlier game, he just needs to not interact too much, and then only join fights with the bravest fighter up. He will be more useful than the CC in those engagements. So he just needs to sort of recognize that fact, and if he can do that, then we're looking at a really good draft from hexadecimal.
Solidly. I mean, overall, there's a lot of plays that can be made from both teams. So it all comes down to the execution. I would 100% agree with you. I do favor the side of hexadecimals to take this stab. The best thing I could say was the YSS pairing very well with both the Kufra and the Lapu, and then Exia into the mix as well. The Zushin just there to irritate in the lane against the Basha, because Basha is not going to be able to do a lot against her. So the most problematic will be the Faza along with Hayabusa. They have a lot of pick-off potential with those two heroes.
Yeah. I remember discussing that actually. You know, that you reminded me about their big rotation speed from the side of El Cartel. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the possible final match of this evening. It is a match point on hexadecimals here. It looks like no one's lagging. We're in for a banger of a game. As I now ask once again for who is going to be casting it.
It's been at this moment, it's been Shroomsy talking with you, but bro, let me quickly step in here. I think Shroomsy needs a breather. He needs one! But looking at the rotation, it is pretty much hexadecimals going for that blue buff, the normal rotation, potential early game gank onto the gold lane.
Things have changed since last game. The gold lane was on top, but now it's on bottom, which is it can change the game sometimes, right? In sort of where the Lethal Wanderer spawns and where the turtle will also spawn. So, it's not exactly the same sort of situation. But we are looking at a little bit of a gang coming in from the side of El Cartel. We got the quad shadow on from Cheesy, straight away onto the YSS. There we go. We're sort of talking about that HP pool that this YSS has early game. It's significantly smaller than what it was. So him getting blown up is not so much of a surprise. But Jinx getting caught out here, wants to go for a kill on Conquest, but gets taken down first.
The best of charge ups, especially onto the Hayabusa and the Bucks here, just pretty much sacrificing himself onto that combination. So just before the 2-minute mark, it's 2 kills advantage in favor of El Cartel and almost having that 1k gold lead.
Once again, Cheesy and the boys going for an aggressive play here down on to this YSS. Is he going to be able to get the kill? No, misses the Mountain Shocker as well. So that's one trade on the ults. However, El Cartel going to be happy with that one, right? Because they send YSS back to base, which will set them up for a pretty nice turtle here. And they do have the turtle rotation speed, right? They've got the fast here. Faster also needs to reset out of mana, but can get there quite quickly. But the turtle's falling down quite low. Should be a nice and easy retribution.
Easy in favor of the Hayabusa. Super Saiyan just rotating here to the blue buff. Just getting that vision onto hexadecimals. But at this point, it looks like it's the same like the previous match. It will just all come down to that mid game team fights. If hexadecimals can be patient and get the setups and just allow YSS to just farm up a bit, it could turn the tides of them. But my question is, right, are you going to look at building YSS hybrid, especially with his lower HP bar?
No, you have to. I feel like going full assassin, like going for full damage is a huge mistake that you would make here. You really need to be able to back up that lower HP with some sustainability. Otherwise, there's not much of a point. Maybe if you're playing classic and epic, then sure. But we are going to see that Mountain Shocker coming through with the full barrage. Actually plays really nicely there. Not doing the most amount of damage just yet, but it's doing enough. It's going to be Sin falling down quite low underneath his turrets, as now it's going to be El Cartel winning that fight.
Yeah, I think Conquest is very grateful for the displacement coming in from Zushin. Just pretty much pulling him out of that Mountain Shocker. So, X-Psycho would definitely not be happy with anti-hero at this moment. Because, I mean, she did displace the Bucks here out of that Mountain Shocker.
Jinx again onto Void Haka right now. I think, I don't exactly know how the BMI works against the Bouncing Ball. Is it able to sort of like stop him from going back to the Battle Mirror image? Not entirely sure right there. But Cheesy going in for a little bit of an aggressive blue raid here with the help of Conquest. Should be able to get it done nice and quick as they are zoning away this YSS so beautifully. Couldn't call as well. Committed. Locking him down. Bravest Fighter does take one down. But look at this feathered airstrike. This zoning this Zushin away from anything else. Any follow-up to that play. As now it's going to be El Cartel coming out with the advantage. And Conqueror also getting taken down solo by Claude. So El Cartel really having fun in this sort of early to mid section of the game.
Yeah, but Hexadecimal's playing very aggressive, bro. Yeah, that Kufra just going past the tier 1 turret, just chasing the Claw. That is not ideally what you want to do so early on. As we do see the red buff invade, will we see Hex Psycho get taken down? Yes, sir, as that feathered airstrike does land onto the YSS. We do see the Vengeance is popped by the CC as Lapu Lapu has been taken down. At this point, it's a two for nothing exchange.
Wow, look at this massive, just aggression coming in from El Cartel. They seem to be doing exactly what I said, right? With the aggression on the Farsa and the Bashia specifically. They have such good rotation speed, so they're able to make plays like this all the time. You're going to see the Kufra coming in with a nice Cyrus Wrath. It's going to be able to get down Cheesy. And the rest of his gang, though, are not done with the onslaught. It's going to be a double kill coming from the Farsa. Triple kill, actually. As look at this YSS, he's just trying to get away from this. Has to dive underneath his turret. He's 1 level down from even the mid laner here. 3 levels down from Cheesy. So he's having a really rough game so far.
Yeah, bro. At this point, if my bad, if Al Cartel continues with this early game snowball effect that they're going on now, I don't see Hexadecimals pulling the one up here, and we will potentially go into that third, the sudden death round.
Yeah, I mean, look, shutting down an YSS this early on is catastrophic. He really is a hero that you have to snowball on. You have to keep up with the farm. And right now, if he doesn't catch up somehow, it's not gonna amount to anything.
Does sound like Gushin, but I mean, look, we're at the 6.5 minute mark. Al Cartel has a 9 kill advantage as well as a 6k gold lead.
Alright, looking at this turtle, once again, nice and free for the Sarawak Cartel. Looking at a little bit of a gang onto Void Haka, giving us a bit of recall action on top of that. Looking at the full barrage committed here with the Purify from Void Haka, a blazing duet to follow. Sin getting chased down by Conquest here. It's going to be the feathered airstrike taking down the YSS, as well as Cheesy into the mix of things. Should be able to take down Jinx with the help of his friends, as now it's just 2 members left on the side of Hexadecimals, 3 for nothing going to the side of them.
Solo for damn, just going to need to remind you that you need to the team with regards to the toxicity in the match with the recall spams, etc. But nonetheless, Al Cartel putting on a very dominant performance. I mean, we're not even at the 8 minute mark. It is 75 seconds away from the first Lord of the match.
Hey, listen, man, I think you can't stop people recalling. You can't take that away from people. You can take away all chatting and all of that, but you can't take away from it, just like beautiful sets like this coming in from the side of Hexadecimals. Wow, what was that? And a quick change of pace coming in from them here. The flicker missed out by that Lapu Lapu. Unfortunately, here it's going to be that YSS taking down once again. Going to see Super Saiyan going crazy with the CC on this front line here. Netflix is next to fall down here with Sin popping in that full barrage onto Super Saiyan. Is he able to catch him? I don't think so. As a nice little trade, actually.
Oh, that was a 2-for-2 exchange. I'm just the gold lead still in favor of Al Cartel. Just picking. Oh, but the CC catching anti-hero the Zushin just before she could reach her tier 2 turret.
Is it in the rules somewhere that you're not allowed to recall? Surely not. Yeah. So let Scorpy, come on, man. Let the people be toxic if they want to.
Guys, I'm going to have to tell you to read the rules, guys.
Oh, I just asked if there were rules. Anyway, we're looking at Nerf Rex getting gone on here with that feathered airstrike here, managing to live through quite a lot. We've got the Queen's Wings pop, but nothing will be able to help him from getting out of there. As oh, look at this high booster. Cheesy getting countered by that bouncing ball. Nicely played from Jinx.
That Hayabusa just trying to get in there, but not being able to do so. It's at the 9 minute mark. It's 15 kills advantage in favor of Al Cartel. Will we see this displacement? No, but what do you call that second skill from Claude again, Rika?
The battle mirror image, BMI.
BMI. Yeah, I wanted
not
to
body
say
mass index. Not to be confused with body mass index. Of which mine is currently quite low, unfortunately. Anyway, either way, I'm gonna look at Psycho. Oh, gonna get blown by the airstrike once. With that exchange here, Anti-Hero is getting gone on by the CC once again, not able to get away, but Jinx on the run. Here's the Blazing Duet coming in. BMI should be able to get him out nice and easy as El Cartel once again looking like a completely different team from the first one here as the Shadow Kill comes down onto Left Rex. Gonna be able to pop that Bravest Fighter here, but oh, will he get out? Pops the flicker. There it is. Void Hacker again styling on him with this Claude.
So full team wipeout as we do see the first tier 2 turret, second tier 2 turret has been taken down in favor of Al Cartel. Hayabusa just facing off against this Lord on his own, loans himself.
Alright, that is, yes, again, another Lord. Well, that's the first Lord going onto the side of El Cartel here. They should be able to use it quite well. They haven't already generated quite a lot of advantage for themselves here. Looking at the turrets, right? They just have that one tier 2 turret in the middle lane. So this Lord should be charging down either the bot or the top. I believe it should be the bottom, right? Because top hasn't been touched. Yeah, he'll be charging down bottom lane. So what we're looking at is quite an aggressive maneuver from El Cartel to be able to back this one up. Maybe even an ending angle, because we've seen their fights. They've been pretty damn good. They just need to be very careful with this Kufra, right? Kufra into full barrage.
Definitely. I mean, look, I'm not going to take it away. Hexadecimals did have beautiful setups, beautiful team fight setups, especially with that Mountain Shocker and the full barrage. But that backline dive coming in from Al Cartel, just pretty much cancelling out the Exia. So they need to be careful. They definitely need to be careful, especially having the more tankier lineup than what Hexadecimals does have to offer.
As we go, here we go. Is that Lord heading down onto that tier 2, or tier 3, excuse me, inhibitor turret. There's the Blazing Duet doing tons of damage, getting a mega cult sin. Look at him, he's just blowing up the members of Hexadecimals completely right there. That's going to be 2 for nothing so far with a beautiful Blazing Duet, as now the base is kind of wide open right now, but it's not going to be the easiest to crack with that Kufra around. Conquest gets blown up underneath the turret with that Zushin here. Reflex, he wanted to hold that front line a little bit, but he falls down. It's going to be Super Saiyan taking the kill. And I think that's the end of the game, I'm pretty sure.
Now this will take us into that sudden death round, ladies and gentlemen. GG's well played. Entirely different team coming in from Al Cartel into the second matchup. Look at that. Super Saiyan picking up the MVP with the CC 9-0 and 9. No MVP for the side of Hexadecimals.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your game number 2 going into the game 3, something we haven't had the privilege of watching so much in the Conquerors of Dawn so far. Usually teams are just 2-0ing everyone, so this is going to be quite an interesting one. Everything is on the line when it comes to these two teams to be able to qualify for the group stage moving forward.
I'm just switching over to the first spec to Hexadecimal, so just for the overlay. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that moment. It's the first sudden death round inside of Conquerors of Dawn. Let's go.
Wait. We are allowed to spam recalls, right? Surely that's not part of the rules, right?
Yeah. Recall spamming is they do it in the pro scene.
Excessively.
They do it excessively in the pro scene as well.
yeah. The pro scene, they do recall each other. It's part of what we call gamesmanship. So you kind of get into the heads of your opposition. You can even do it in drafting as well. Showing a certain hero a little bit early on and then swapping out with something else. There's lots of strategies, shall we say, that forms part of gamesmanship. But it's what happens when you're in the hot seat. In the hot seat, you gotta be able to step up amidst all the pressure that there is out there. I don't know how many of you played sports. I played in a semi-professional environment when I was younger. When you want to talk about toxicity, it's like go stand in a stadium with like 10,000 people there, and it's an away game. And watch what happens to you when you end up anywhere close to the opposition supporters. It is not a pleasant experience.
Well, not to lie, I played Noord Transvaal rugby and Transvaal rugby as well, so I was also in the semi-pro scene.
Yeah, people are mean.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Scorpio being able to play sports, crazy.
Oh,
But you, Jimsy, didn't you also play sports?
no, he played chess.
No.
I played hockey for the F team. Believe it or not, the F team in high school. A B C D E F.
Like, I've technically played some sports. The thing is, I played rugby and hockey up until grade 8, but then due to an injury, I couldn't play anymore, unfortunately. But I still played chess and tennis, which is still sports.
The only sports I ever played was, I don't know how you pronounce it or how you say it in English, but Sky.
Who said there are no shortcuts in
I don't know
life?
what sport that
I
is.
literally invented one.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what sport I am good at is esports. Yeah, as we are going into the final match between El Cartel and Hexadecimals. Who wants to handle the draft here?
Me.
Okay, Lotus. Looks like I'll be handling it with you here. Same bands so far, looks like it. We're gonna see that ship respect band. What's the word here? Persisting. That's the word. Persisting for the side of El Cartel. With the YZ band actually coming through.
Well, in the first match, there was also the YZ, and he caused a lot of problems for the side of Al Cartel, so understandable. But Hexadecimals also respecting the Basha and taking him out.
Yeah, they did need to respect that pick. The Basha was doing such crazy work, setting up his team for beautiful fights right here. So, nice, surprised to see that one coming through. Erithel as well, one of the most consistent marksmen, as I always like to call her, being taken out, locking down that marksman pool quite a lot.
Got him lined up in my sights.
Same can be said now for the side of Hexadecimals, also taking out the Kimmy. The Hayabusa, the Yisenshin is also still open. Was it worth going for the Kimmy bet?
Possibly. I feel like, Kimmy, she has received quite a lot of nerfs since her rework, right? So it feels a bit odd to be banning it. I feel like you do need to set it up for a game right now. You can't just pick it in everyone. So the ban is kind of weird. But Super Saiyan, this is a pick I like. Gonna be going for the first pick CC here. Immediately putting out the statement that I will carry from the EXP lane again if you do not pick something that is going to be able to live through this crazy laning stage that CC offers.
But what can actually fare well against the CC, especially if she's anti so many XP laners?
You can pick. How I feel about the glue CC. It can work. You can sort of it's a playable matchup. Definitely still CC favored, I will say. But as I said, it's not so much about the matchup when you play against CC. It's about your sort of interaction with her. You can't let her get what she wants in the lane. You have to respect it and then be useful outside of the lane. And if you can't understand that, then it's just over.
Fair enough. Akai also getting picked up once again by the side of Hexadecimals. We did see some good Akai plays tonight, so maybe we get to see even more. But Void Hako going for the Fredrin.
I think it's fine. As I always like to say, do the Moba Zane sort of strategy here. Pick Fredrin every single game. If they pick counters, it's fine because they're going to be countering you and not the rest of your team. Apologies for my alarm. So I feel like it's not the worst pick.
Everlasting.
But Sicilian also going into the mix, giving a bit of a late game vibes to the side of Al Cartel, but Anti-Hero wanting to show us the Farsa. The Farsa in the previous match was so crazy, especially in the hands of Gon. So watching Anti-Hero use this here as well would actually be fun to watch.
Yeah. Alright, quite a tanky draft so far for the side of Hexadecimals. I quite like it. Have a good front line, pair that with a Farsa for backup damage. He's quite nice. As now we're going to see all the marksmen get focus banned.
But right now there's only so much marksman left to ban because Kimmy is already out of the equation, so is the Erithel, the Granger, and the Ixia. Are you also going to focus now on the 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1's not making it through here. I think both teams are just locked into saying, yeah, no, we don't want any in this pool. So I'm looking at a 1-1 ban. We're looking at maybe even a Claude ban coming in from the side of Hexadecimal would be valid.
Well, I mean, that Claude, I was not thinking much about the Claude until I saw how he played the entire match and was like, okay, I can see why people would want to ban this guy in certain cases.
Yeah. As now waiting for that last little ban here. I'm expecting the Claude. They still need Aroma on the side of our cartel, so yeah, they could be banning out Gatot. That's fine. Them banning out Gatot tells me that they want to go for a hero like Beatrix. Even like a Moskov here. I would not be surprised to just see a Beatrix slammed up within the next 2 picks for the side of Hexadecimals. I think it does pretty well into the Fredrin as well.
But with the 1-1 open, would the 1-1 also work in the hands of Hexadecimals in this composition? What do you say?
Yeah, I think 1-1 is great. The 1-1 is able to sort of kite around, also dispel the curtain call from the CC. So I think that's also a valid pick. It depends on what Alcatel will pick, right, as well. If they go for the Beatrix, then 1-1 is the easiest pick of Hexadecimal's life. Because 1-1 is really, really good against the Beatrix, especially in lane. Yeah, I mean, dude. I think Beatrix is fine for the side of Alcatel, but I would not pick it just because of the state of the draft.
So why don't they just pick the 1-1 instead? But it seems like they want this Beatrix. I know I shouldn't take the Beatrix, but I can do it. I can really do it with this Beatrix. I think that's what's going in their minds right now. Picking up, surprisingly enough, an Estes as well. So that is a lot of sustainability going to the side of both teams. The problem is Florin has global healing while Estes has to stay in the middle of his entire team to heal everyone.
You can't underestimate Estes' healing output. It's a lot more than Florin's. Right, you just be able to consistently pump heals rather than Florin, occasionally give a massive burst heal. Estes is always throwing it in. But yeah, I mean, this is the easiest 1-1 pick of my entire life. If he does not pick it, I don't know. No. Come. That's asking to lose that's asking to lose a lane into Beatrix.
Assassination is
all right.
My dear brother.
Well, which draft I favor.
I think everyone knows right now. Okay, but there is one thing going for the side of Hexadecimals. With Estes having to be around in his entire team and his team grouped up, the Akai can easily disperse everyone, and then Glue can pick his person to attack. And also the Honeybee, if everyone is together, she can still have that ride-along damage. So there's a little bit of method to the madness, but there's more madness than method right now, in my opinion.
I mean, this Honeybee is that classic hero that just really, really needs babysitting, right? Just like Layla here, you have to make sure that her early game is secured because her laning stage is abysmal. All you do against the Honeybee is just not stand next to Creep Wave, and she does literally no damage. So Void Haka is going to have a nice time in the gold lane. I'm expecting to see there's a Jinx on the Florin just looking after Honeybee, and then I think it might be playable.
I agree, but that is enough from us. We will be handing over to the play-by-play casters for this evening, which is whom?
That would be Way and Shroomsy.
Welcome back to the stream, everybody. As we get into the third and final game of the evening, Hexadecimals won the first match in a hotly contested first game. The second game was a bit of a stomping as El Cartel brought this up to 1-1. And this is going to lead us into the third and final, the decider. And it's not just a decider for who wins this game and gets the honors, it's who goes through from Group B and who's going to be joining Fantasy in the elimination stages from Group B. So a lot to play for, there's a lot of pressure for both players or both teams. As once more, Estes has made the quick rotation here towards Beatrix, just to help out there in the lane against Hanabi. But as the analysts did say, Hanabi won't have the easiest of times in lane up against Beatrix, because Beatrix's damage output is crazy. She scales very nicely. Estes throws that slowing skill of his out there, doesn't land onto anybody, but oh, look at this Safasa. She's made the rotation. They don't know that she's there. They just need to get the bait going. Florin trying to set that bait up. They need to get someone to step out of position, but nobody's doing that just yet.
I mean, the start of the rotation coming out, I mean, as you said, they definitely need to babysit this Beatrix. Sorry, the Hanabi. But I mean, and this CC once again just having a free lane in this XP lane. So we will see again once again Super Saiyan making the aggressive rotation, and especially when you pair that against the Fredrin, this might be game changing. Ayexaka going for the heavy spin onto Gone, and that will be a first blood onto the favor of Hexadecimals.
Beautiful play there from Psycho. As he's going in for more, wants to get a further engage onto this Estes. Estes has to flicker back. They've lost the skills up, but oh, the chase is on. The stuns come through there. Beautiful stun from the Florin. Sanguine Claws in response by this Sicilian, but I don't think he has the damage output to take down Hanabi, as she'll be heading back to her lane. Could possibly takes the safe path. I was wondering whether she was going to get camped out by the Beatrix. Still possible. Still possible. Beatrix going in there, throws out those rocket shots into the mix. There's a rocket barrage coming through there, but Hanabi manages to sidestep everything. Akai sealing the deal on the turtle. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, as the action continues, Bats feast out from the Sicilian. And so Hexadecimals, they switched up from the first game. I know the analyst, Shubzi, was saying that they favored the draft coming in from Alcott. But it looks like Hexadecimal seems to be able to use theirs quite nicely.
I mean, there's a lot of pairings and combos coming out from Hexadecimals. The only thing I don't like is literally the Nabi. But other than that, I would say Hexadecimals' draft is a bit better in my opinion. They definitely need to just watch out for the combo damage coming out from the Beatrix and the Fredrin, because I mean, those two alone can mile down the entire team.
Yeah, they do have that ability. And it's going to be a lot of anti-heals being picked up very early with this double healer combination. Since both teams did go for a bit of a tanky jungle, went for the tank jungle. So we expected those support kind of roams to come through. It's going to be a very big battle around these major objectives like Turtles and Lords. A nice stun coming out from the Florin. Sorry, the Feathered Airstrike was in the mix as well, but no harm being done yet. Yeah,
no harm, no foul. Oh, there's the heavy spin into the mix. The knock is onto Estes. He gets taken out. There's a Florin with the ultimate heal. But there is the full rocket barrage followed by a double ultimate. And that is a double kill in the favor of the Void Haka.
It's just like that things can turn around. The chase is onto the Navi. Akaku wants to go in, but he's gonna get taken. He wouldn't get taken out himself. The damage output from Beatrix is just too high. As Akai forced back a Navi, sent back to the base in a shortcut manner.
Oh, and that was a 2v4 and they won that. And meanwhile in the bot lane, a rotation coming out from Fred and taking down the glue also. So this is firm favor response going out there. There's a sprint being committed by Nefrix. He gets that split into the mix. Cheesy's in a lot of danger. He gets a grab. But will the team be there to follow up? I mean, you have heals to keep him alive. And I mean, it's a Fredrin. You won't be able to burst him down, but there is a full heavy spin. But meanwhile, the backline, CC is there onto 2, so this will be a Kai taken down. And Nefrix will also most likely fall in this exchange.
Yeah, that was a lovely appraisal trap. Glue trying to escape. Sanguine Claws cover. The control is in there as they take down yet another Alcartel, switching gears, managing to take a turret on the top lane, take the turtle and the fight. It's 6-2 kills in their favor. The gold lead, strong 4K.
I mean, actually, Nefrix stole the turtle away from the side of Alcatel, so that was something they didn't get. But I mean, a lot of turtles and objectives kills going in their favor, so they did walk out with that major gold lead still in their favor. But I mean, with you looking at the tank junglers and the healers coming out from both teams, I think this might be one of those games, if played well, that will head into maybe like the 25-minute mark. Once again, the engagement, there's a heavy spin onto Fredrin, but he's just a tanky boy. There's no follow-up damage just yet. There is the beautiful Predator Wrath taking down someone, and that's Psycho being the first one to fall.
And I'll be almost going to take it out of the equation. There's the machine gun coming through with the blast. Flicker play comes in from the Beatrix as she sets up. Estes healed her back up. And this should be a mid lane turret. Glue might try to defend, but he's got too many places to defend. We do know he can split, right? But he can't split in 2 directions.
Yeah, you can split into a million pieces, but only on one lane at a time. Ooh, I mean, this is once again looking like a very good game there for the side of Alcatel. This Glue is into the mix, but it's getting stunned up. There's this grab onto Cheesy. He's already in the mix. Conquest in a lot of danger, but there's the ultimate heals coming out from Estes. He sustains through everything, and they follow up chasing the kills. There is the heavy spin just to keep them at bay.
Team fight from the side of Al Cartel. They've put one foot towards a match-winning position. Now it comes down to, can they be disciplined enough to seal this out? They do have some late-game heroes, like the Sicilian, so they do have that scaling in the late game. So it's not about just putting pressure and ending it all off and worrying about the late game scaling. The chase is on here for Anabi. She does have CC immunity, pops the Aegis to try to get away, but Fredrin, he is not done. He goes into the mix. He cancels out the Feather Airstrike, throws out the Praises Wrath, but Beatrix on the double. Slides in there, machine guns blazing. Heavy spin comes out, trying to trap that Beatrix, knocking her back. But I mean, Beatrix is just so fed at this moment in time.
I mean, she's doing a solid job. Netflix is trying to get a bit of advantage in the mid lane, but I mean, it's a Glue. He doesn't do any damage onto a turret, so they definitely need to back up and start focusing a bit more on the team fight. I mean, Psycho's the one's getting a lot of danger. There's a fair airstrike in response, but Psycho is the only one that falls, and there's Netflix once again looking for the angle, but there is the Rocket Barrage taking down the double kill, and this will be a turret taking. They're looking for the angle. There's a beautiful curtain call, triple kill for the Beatrix, but unfortunately it looks like no Maniac will fall.
What a beautiful curtain call coming through from the Beatrix. That's like a take a bow kind of curtain call. Setting up that backline, I wouldn't say really dive, but setting up a sort of backline dive. And the discipline did come out from the side of Al Cartel shortly. They did wait for that the timer. They had the opportunity to take the third and final turtle. It was 7 minutes 44 on the clock. They opted against that, went for a bit more aggressive play, allowed it to turn into the 8-minute Lord. And so the question right now is, what can they achieve with this 8-minute Lord?
I would honestly say this is 100% endable. I mean, the Holy Shield is already cracked into the mid lane. They have a massive gold lead. It's 10k at the 9-minute mark. So, and if you look at the items alone, there is no anti-heal on the side of Hexadecimal. So this Estes has the full house, so that's full reign for Estes to punch through this base.
So heavy spin comes up from the Akai being used defensively. The Lord making its way up the mid lane. Will we see the teams going for the straight mid lane push? I mean, you've got an Estes, right? As you said, the shield's been popped mid lane. Do you really need to go for the split push strategy? Can you not just crack the base open and go in with it? Or while the minions be melted down too quickly? That's the question.
I mean, you have the Lord that's still barreling down, and he crashed onto the base, so they will at least get this inhibitor taken down. But this Batfee is doing a lot of damage. There's a first turret falling, but this is the outbreak kills. The air cycle being taken down. This is definitely the ending angle. They're fixing onto the back line. They do take down the Lord, but at what cost? The second wave is there, and this is the ending angle. There's not a lot they can do. This is game, set, and match.
Yeah, Beatrix starts fountain diving there. As Al Cartel take this 2-1. Had a bit of a rough start in the first game, but they managed to bring it back and clean out in the last 2 games. So I'll just keep that screen up and running for you just a moment. which will be what the scores was for everybody, and then you can take a look at the bulls, who did what damage. But this was a very, very quick game. 10 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock for the side of Al Cartel. So they managed to win this, managed to go through to the next round, and got to show what they were worth. But I would say this for Hexadecimals, especially based on the performance that they showed in the first game. They can be proud of their performances so far in the Conquerors of Dawn, but sadly we're probably going to be saying goodbye to them for the rest of the tournament. Was once this was the last day for Group B, so we do know the teams that will be heading through from Group B. It'll be Fantasy along with Al Cartel that move into the knockout stages.
I mean, they definitely can be proud of their performance. It was a good game. And I mean, also for the side of Alcatel, with this last game, 10 minutes, 15 seconds, this is currently in the top 5 of the shortest game in Conquerors of Dawn, sitting firmly in second place.
Sure. Very, very quick.
To be honest, I would have actually expected the match to go on much, much longer. But the thing was, Al Cartel just seriously wanted the victory. They didn't want to give any leeway to the side of Hexadecimals and just went straight to the throat.
Yeah, well.
Oh man, I said it, dude. This you can't pick how to be into Beatrix. Well, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but you know, but then again, I listened to myself say, look, meta comfort over meta, and so they were backed up into a position where they couldn't really think of another hero to pick. So they were just like, okay, pick what you need to pick what you want to pick what you feel is right here. And that was the Hanabi, but it was that hard to watch.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of matchups, Hanabi into Beatrix. Though, this concludes Group B. We will be heading into Group C's game starting tomorrow evening. So we've got a fresh lineup, a fresh batch of games. And at the same time, right, just to make certain announcements about what's coming up for Mobile Legends, because I know most of you viewers here at home are Mobile Legends fans. Starting next week, we'll have the Origins tournaments kicking off as well. So we will be having 7 days a week Mobile Legends action. So if you know, right here at Waylander Gaming, you'll never get enough of the action. It's going to be all day, everyone. Actually, not all day, right? We wish it could be all day. Sadly, we have to work because, we like to eat. Food's a nice thing. So one day, though, we'll be able to bring the action all day, every day. I know Seppi was talking about doing a 24-hour stream. I was like, bro, something's wrong with you. You need
listen,
Jesus.
it's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, stay peeled for that. I think every single YouTube channel or every single Twitch channel, any channel that revolves around streaming needs to have that done at some point. All right. So
but we can to make that viable, we can do like a goal towards to work towards. Maybe as soon as we hit like 250 likes on a live, which has not happened yet. The most likes is I think 100. So, I mean, we can work something out and then we can have like a 24-hour stream. I'm keen to do that over weekends, of course.
yeah, we'll see when it happens. At the moment, just to set the stage here a bit, it could happen within the next 2 weeks, or it might happen like towards the end of September. I think it's more likely towards happening at the end of this month. So, stay peeled, ladies and gentlemen. I will be doing it. It will be a banger.
All right.
Will we play? Just to add to that, we will be playing game. I will be playing basically any games that I play, right? And I play a lot, all right. So it will be like Mobile Legends, Dota 2, League of Legends. It's going to be some Magic the Gathering on Tabletop Simulator. It's going to be some other games like Peak. I don't know if any of you know Peak, but this game is really, really cool. I'm excited to show you guys this.
Yeah, I've actually never heard of Peak.
Basically, you and a bunch of friends. The whole game is around climbing a mountain. And it starts off with you guys going in an airport, and then you fly the plane, and then the plane crashes. You end up on this like deserted island, and the goal is to just get rescued. Just have to climb up a big ass mountain.
Well, when you said peak and then you said me and a bunch of friends, I was like, this game sounds suspect. Like, what are you looking at? Whose windows are you going through? Yeah, me and a bunch of friends. But no, mountains make sense.
Yeah. And what makes it really fun is there's the proximity chat. Sorry, just saying that. Like this proximity chat. So when you're climbing up the mountain and someone has less stamina than you climbing right next to you, they fall down. And you can hear them going, ah!
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so just to add on, Origins is starting on Sunday, the 7th of September. And just looking at tomorrow's schedule, it is, it's a cracked schedule. First up, to open up the evening for Group C, it will be Dark Stars up against One Trick Kings. And the second match at 8:30 will be Honey Buns up against Hex Meta. So very strong teams featuring
Hex
in
Meta.
Group C.
Dude, that is the yikes. That is the yikes group, man. That's Madagascar, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a combination of Hexcore, formerly previously known as Useless Paradise, combined with Madagascar. So yeah, it's definitely a super strong team.
That's a stacked lineup. That actually is a stacked lineup.
I was like complaining about my group, did I? wait, never mind. Happy to be in Group A, guys. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to watch. Don't forget to smash that like, share, and subscribe button. Press that notification bell so you know when we're going to be live with all the various tournaments that are coming up. As you've heard from Scrappy and Teppy and everyone else, right? 24-hour streams, big matter, solo plays, and a lot of different fun activities, as well as the